Hey everyone, Tony Mello Properties team. Hope you're having a good day, good night. Number here, 508-369-9755. That's my cell phone. You can call or text. 508-369-9755. Two principles. I'm going over appraisal, and valuation and that kind of thing. Going over some of the old stuff that we had previously studied. The twin principles, principle of progression and regression. Two very important things. Progression more or less goes this way. If you're buying, and you always really want to be in this kind of scenario, the lesser property surrounded by better properties. When you do work to your property, you're getting more bang for the buck, more for the dollar that you're putting into that property because the surrounding properties affect the value of the property that you've bought. For example, you bought. So that progression, it progresses that the idea that the other properties, you've got a tiny little house in the middle of multi-million-dollar mansions. When you put money into that small property, surrounded by these better properties, larger properties, more valuable properties, the idea is that you're getting more value for the work that you're doing in your property compared to the other way around because of these other properties that are surrounding you. So, the way that it's worded here, progression. A component of the principle of conformity, it can be understood that the least desirable property in a community will increase in value if the properties around it are increasing in value. If the other properties are increasing in value, so will yours. Same idea as if the properties around you are already more valuable than the one that you're buying, that's a good thing for you. That's the kind of scenario you want to be in. The opposite side of that, I said twin principles, so you got two here. The principle of regression, a component of the principle of conformity that indicates that a house of one extreme might be worth less when compared to neighboring properties of a lesser extreme. So you're now buying the better property, and you've got a bunch of, for just to kind of overdo it, shanties right around in this mansion. So in that case, I'm going to continue reading that. When you do work, it's the exact opposite of what I had just said. When you do work now to this bigger property, better property, more valuable property, because of the effect of the properties surrounding this property that you're putting money into, the value of these properties are less than, inferior to your property. When you put in $1, you're getting 50 cents. Where in the other case, you put in $1, you're getting $1.25 worth of value. So you get more bang for buck in the progression version, less bang for the buck in the regression version. You always want to be the person that's going to be buying, well, money wise, value wise. If you're only concerned, if you're an investor and your only concern is investment, this applies directly. You always want to be the person buying the worst property in the best neighborhood, as opposed to the opposite. All right, so to continue with that, one extreme might be worth less when compared to neighboring properties of a lesser extreme. That's where I stopped. An example is a 3-bedroom property within a neighborhood of 2 bedrooms. The house might hold lower value because the neighboring properties are smaller. The value may regress, get worse. So, twin principles, progression, regression. Even for the people that are emotionally involved, they're buying for themselves and their family, there's always that element of, I still want it to be a good deal. So this whole progression regression thing still works in either case, whether it's purely investment, purely income driven, or more of a, I'm buying this house for myself, it has to fit my family, and I still want it to be a half decent deal. So Tony Mello Properties team, 508-369-9755. Tony Mello, 508-369-9755.
55.
You got it. See ya.